We're live.
Was water part of the light refreshments?
He said crack.
Oh, good luck.
He said, yeah, you said crack. Oh, I mean water.
Coming to you live.
Nope.
He said, Jeff, you got some water. Water.
What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow podcast brothers, Dorian, the D.A. Alberton, James, the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, and Daryl, D-Dub Warren. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real unadulterated sports talk. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel, Sports Chasers Podcast. We can be found on all podcast platforms, plus all social media platforms by searching Sports Chasers Podcast. All information is in our bio. Please be advised, at times there may be some explicit and colorful language. We are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
What up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast, episode 125. And as we can see on YouTube, we're all actually in the studios together here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Here in Hygee Studios here, off of J Street. Yeah, I'll tell y'all where it's at, just in case y'all want to come through. Holler at us. Don't. Anyway, going from my left on the table, it's just a pleasure to be here with everybody this morning. Hey, we'll introduce, Dan's with us in the building. Dan's with us. What's going on, Dan?
Not much. How's everybody doing? Good morning, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Dan is our hockey guy. Those that are frequent listeners of the show. We got the DA in the house. DA got a new name this morning. Oh my God, boy.
It's all good, man. It's not a name that anyone that really knows me would ever call me, but it's all good. It's all good. Life is good, man. We here.
We here. And we got my man, Mike Millie. Millie, what's up, brother? It's 12 o'clock.
Yeah, it's kind of early. I'm more of a 1:30, 2 o'clock guy, but boss man had me up since about 10 o'clock.
Well, we're thankful that you're here. And we also, you might see him in the background, we got my man, Mr. Soulful, camera shot. He's doing the photography today for us. Wave at the people, Mike.
Yes, sir. VA stand up.
Yeah.
There you go.
757.
Stick man.
Hey, so before we get into a couple of things, like I said, it's we're live in the studios. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. We're missing two of our members. The angry one, he's a little under the weather, so he couldn't be with us today. D-Dub will follow with us a little bit here shortly, man. So we're gonna start off with hockey, like how we always do on the show. Dan, who's our hockey guy. Hey, my New York Rangers.
Whatever.
We put it down on the Pittsburgh Penguins last night. Won the game 5-3. Dan, you're the hockey guy. Take it away, sir.
That series should be over.
Yeah.
That's 2 games in a row. I think we went up 2-0 and blew the lead. But we are playing through a lot of injuries. Your boy Truba Chicken Wing Crosby the other night. He's out.
Whoa, Dan. Come on, son.
Did you not see the link I sent?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep it real.
Yeah. You're
But
right.
yeah, we're on a third string goalie.
Yeah.
DeBing's playing fantastic for being an AHL goalie for most of his career. And then we had Raquel go down. I think Boyle, he got lit up the other night.
Mhm.
And I don't know if he's gonna be back, but hopefully we can get some guys back for game 7, because that's crucial. So far, 5 of the 8 series all went to 7 games. The Avs are the only one that swept, which we kind of knew. But that's kind of the theme throughout these playoffs with different teams, that they're having to go to backup goalies. because Saros has been hurt, he never got a chance to play. Of course, the Penguins, and then you had the Canes with Anderson being out, and then Toronto getting bulldozed there by Pasternak and missing a game where they had to go to the third string goalie. So the best part is we got 5 Game 7s in the next 2 days. So if you're the casual fan and you want to see intense playoff hockey, the next 2 days are the best time to watch.
Now, there have been a lot of, you just alluded to, a lot of injuries, but these are not like you skated into the wall by yourself injuries. So there have been a bunch that have been, let's just say, some people are saying are dirty. Some pretty questionable hits while people were not looking or were looking the other way. But, and I don't know if it's par for the course in hockey, I guess in the playoffs, they just kind of let them live. Because during the season, hitting a dude in the back, most times, it's a wrap. You know, you get the penalty, you're out. You're this. Now it's like the refs are swallowing whistles left and right, like you got salt on the whistles. Like everyone's eating a whistle.
Yeah.
It's all on the whistles.
So, I mean, part of it too is in the regular season, that gets dealt with immediately.
Yeah.
So taking point, the other night,
The Crosby play?
no, was it Lindgren? I think it was Lindgren. Hit Rodriguez from behind about 1.5 feet, 2 feet from the board, put him head first in the boards, no
Yeah.
call. He gets up and immediately puts a shiver, forearm shiver in the guy's face. He gets the retaliatory penalty, he goes to the box, 10 seconds later, bang, gets in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So, in the playoffs, you gotta have more self-control, discipline, you gotta play between the whistles. And you can't take stupid retaliatory penalties because the Rangers, they're one of the better teams on the power play, so you give them that opportunity, and that changed the whole game right there. Because we were up 2-0 at the time, they scored that goal, and then, Siskarkin has let in a lot of goals this series, but he made a hell of a pass.
Oh, that's the pass of the year for the goalie, man. Did you see that? That was, okay, I'm sorry.
No. I made note of this because, of course, Wilkes-Barre Scranton's in the playoffs in the AHL.
Right.
Well, was it the Springfield Thunderbirds? I think they're the farm team for St. Louis.
Right.
Their goalie actually scored a playoff goal the other night against us. They pulled the goalie, he shot it the whole way down the ice, right in the net.
Wow.
So, yes, that was a great pass.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, but that's.
Okay, but okay, I'm not gonna get semantics. I'm just.
No,
saying.
but that,
Okay, he scored, but the goalie was empty. He was.
yeah, but that was a nice sauce pass. He put that thing from
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
the
He-
face-off dot almost to the other blue line.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great pass. But so, you got the Avs that swept Nashville, and the only one game, I think it was game 2, they went to overtime, and Carr, I think, won that game. But other than that, that series wasn't that close. And then the other series that's finished in the West was the Blues beat Minnesota, which was, I thought that would be a lot closer series. They, like we were, talking before, like, Florida didn't get much help.
Yeah, and the Blues, yeah, that was, it wasn't chalk, but got him.
But the thing too is, St. Louis isn't far removed from winning the Stanley Cup.
Yes, they still got a good team.
So, it was like 3 years ago, I think, that is when they won it. So they still have a lot of those players still there.
Right.
They got that pedigree on their team. And then, let's see, so we'll stay in the East. So Tampa and Toronto's been a good series. Like I told you,
Yeah.
Toronto kind of decided that, they didn't want to show up in the first game. But after that, I
They've
mean,
been playing.
these dudes have been playing so much hockey in the last 3 years. It's incredible. Like, they went to overtime the other night. They won to force game 7, and Toronto's going to be bumping when that game goes on. And I think that's 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
And then you got the Canes and the Bruins. And what's funny about this series is the home teams won every game.
I thought this series was over after the first 2 games because the Canes was so freaking strong with their power play. And go ahead.
But,
Sorry.
no, I was gonna say, to that point though, you see how in basketball, nothing changes,
Right.
just the venue.
Right.
Where in hockey, you play lines and you got different, matchups, and then they went back to the perfection line with Pasternak, Bergeron, and Marchand, and they went bananas. But you get that matchup on home ice, you can put your best players out against the other teams because you get the last change. So that I think had a lot to do with it. And every single one of those games, except for I think one, was the winning team scored 5 goals. It's been like 5-1, 5-2, and I think the only one was 4-2. And of course, you got the Rangers and the Penguins, they play Sunday at 7 p.m. And I don't know, man. I think we might not see the next round, just the way with all the injuries.
So, yeah.
So you're saying that y'all could possibly go home, the Penguins could possibly go home?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, if you keep giving away 2-goal leads, you're not gonna get to the next round. And then like, we got the Oilers and the Kings, they play at 10 o'clock tonight. And
Who's got in that series? Go ahead.
but that's a tough one, cause like LA has been playing really good. Like, if you look at each team and the talent that's on each team, this shouldn't have been 7 games.
Yeah, two like that.
But, you know, you were mentioning, you know, phantom, or injuries
Yeah,
and
yeah.
whatnot. Well, game 5, I think it was, Darnell Nurse decided to headbutt the dude
Yeah.
in the crease. So he got suspended for a game, but then they came back and they won game 6 without him. So they got the momentum, they're playing at home, but don't want to sleep on LA.
Yeah, it's still 3 up, so I mean, anything can happen, but yeah, I
Do-
think LA has a chance to win it.
Let me ask you this, Dan, do hockey, do they reseed?
No.
So they stick with what they're, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, so, sorry to make that go,
No, you're
but
good.
like, the winner of the Penguins and the Rangers are gonna play Carolina. And Toronto and Tampa are gonna play Florida.
Do you think reseeding should be a thing, or should they just stick with the format that they got?
Well, we discussed this, I think, the last time. I think the way they got it set up with the 2 wild card teams, they should just take the top 8, 1 through 8, and then play it out that way instead. Because like I said, Boston had more points than us, but they're playing the wild card game
Right.
against the division winner, which, to me, it should have been probably us and Washington, because we were the 2 lowest teams, should have had to play the 2 best teams.
The Panthers and Capitals, what happens to the Capitals in that series? I mean, the Panthers are a really great team, they won the President's Trophy, correct?
Yep.
But-
And that's the curse also. But
Yes.
I mean, that's the first time in 26 years that they've won a series.
I saw that this morning, yes.
And I think the last time they made it I think that's the year they made the Stanley Cup, because I think they beat us in the Eastern Conference Final.
That was in '96?
96, I believe.
Correct.
But it was funny, cause like the first 2 games, 6-1, 5-1, each side, you're like, okay, what's gonna happen? And then every game after that, less than 2 goals, up or down for the winner. So it get played pretty close for the rest of the series, so it's Ovi's there, they had played, but it's not like Washington is whatever the fuck it is. They whatever, they're not, yeah, it's not, yeah. Like they don't have, they teach. It was bereft,
Duress?
when someone doesn't have a lot of, when they're not bereft of talent, God damn it.
Depth.
Yeah, well, whatever. Whatever it is.
Making up words.
Hey, teach.
I don't know.
That's the cameraman.
Google. Yeah, Google.
Yeah, the teach is
Bereft.
off this weekend.
Bereft of talent. Bereft of talent. As someone just calling, put it on YouTube, whatever, and just, correct me. I'm good with that. I'll address all drama. But yeah, it's not like Washington didn't have any talent, so those things can happen, man, but,
Yeah, but like, with that series, and it sounds silly, but for me, like, I watched a lot of hockey in 2 weeks, but I think it was the game that they lost in overtime where Hygee scored I think it was I forget which game it was, it might have been
3 or 4.
I think it was 4, yeah, it was 4. But during that game, late, they pulled the goaltender, I think it was around 3 minutes. And I can't remember who shot it for Washington. He was like right by the blue line, the guy was coming on him, and he shot it down and it hit the side of the net. They ice it, they get stuck in their end, and the next thing you know, they score, tie it, and then they win in overtime. If he makes that shot,
It's over.
that's pretty much a done deal. You know what I mean? Now they're up 3-1,
Yeah,
so.
everything changes.
And
Definitely.
instead of 2-2, so
Yeah.
that, to me, like, as dumb as it sounds, like, you know, we were talking about the Rangers in the overtime game.
Right.
Like, you play basically 2 games to find out who wins one. Yeah, I mean, it's deflating, it's deflating when you lose.
Yeah.
So to come back again the next game, yes, they're professionals, and, you know, it's just, you're more tired than the team of one.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Kind of, because you got that energy and momentum.
that's a football thing. They say don't let one loss turn into two. Can't think about it.
But the other good game is the Flames in Dallas. That series been nasty.
Yeah, chippy.
I think it was Lindell, I don't know if he was laughing or said something as a door the other night, but he tried to go through the entire team to get to this dude.
Yeah, beef.
And he's skating off going, I'm coming for you.
Who you got in this series? Who do you think is gonna win the game 7? Game 7.
Like we were talking about the matchups.
Right.
Dallas plays a really tight defensive game. And they're giving, like, there's not a lot of scoring in this series. And like, they gotta work for every goal that they get, the same with Dallas. I like the Flames, but it wouldn't shock me if Dallas beats them in Calgary.
I was just telling DA the other day, I'm saying hockey, it's very hard to score.
Oh.
It's one of the, not as hard as soccer, but it's right up there. Would you agree?
But think about it this way then, soccer, you got the little man, big net.
Right.
In hockey, you got the smaller net, big goalie.
So you're saying that hockey is harder to score?
Well, I think soccer is harder to score just because the way the rules are and the offsides, you know.
Harder to get scoring opportunities
Yeah.
in soccer.
Yeah, but, you know, like if you watch penalty kicks, it's a little bit easier to score, I think, probably on a penalty kick than maybe a shootout.
Right.
But what's funny is it seems like with the Dallas game, I don't know, I think it was game 4 in Dallas, but like Rick Bowness got the most coverage I think a coach has gotten in the entire playoffs, because they had that rocket behind the bench, so, and she went viral, and then I saw the
Right.
Florida game, did you see the girl was behind the bench, the
Yes.
Florida bench with a bikini on? Come on now,
Big kid.
stupid.
It was almost like back in the day with the big-breasted chick, what's her name, Morgana, that used to run onto the field in Major League Baseball.
She ran on the ice once. I thought
Did
she was
she?
gonna break her whole back.
That's a good way to crack her skull.
Yeah.
But like,
Go ahead, Dave.
no, I was gonna say a bit like, between, like, it would've been awesome if we could've hitched a ride up to Raleigh to watch this game today. Cause that play, I
It's
mean,
gonna be rocking.
like, if you gotta experience a playoff hockey game. Like, especially like Raleigh, they're bonkers. Like I said, I've been there and it is, like a lot of these series, the visiting team, they need to get on board first to kind of quiet the
Quiet
crowd.
it right down.
Because if they go up the first one and the place starts bouncing, I mean, you're gonna be fighting that for a while, and then the other team's gonna feed off that, and it could get disastrous quickly, you know, if you don't have an experienced team. But like I said, all 5 of these games are gonna be really good.
It's been good defense. Better, I think it's, by and large, better defense than offense for the whole playoffs. We had a few blowouts in a few series, but there weren't as many as I would have thought going in. There's been a lot of 2-goal games, 1-goal games, more overtime games than I thought, and there hasn't been many. So it's been good hockey to watch, and I think it's good for the league. I got my issues with the whole ESPN hockey thing, but it's good for hockey by and large.
30 seconds, D.
So-
Just talk about the ESPN since you said.
I just don't like the fact that during a regular aired ESPN show, Get Up, Get Down, whatever the hell it's called, and
Get up, get down.
the one with Stephen A. Smith, that they never mentioned hockey other than Rangers lost to the Pens 4-3. That's it. Go on to the next story. But yet still, hockey will allow themselves to be put on ESPN platforms. And I know it's a money thing, it's a business thing, and I don't have a problem with that money thing or business thing, right? Because you need it, right? The more advertisement, the more eyes on it, the better for the league. But though TNT doesn't have any sports shows on, they have hockey commercials on all day. So they're, you know, in their own way, kind of shouting out, so you listen, man, we behind you, we're with you, hockey, and we're doing this. No, we don't have a sports show in the morning when we can talk about hockey, but they got sports shows and they don't talk about hockey, they just say what the score is and they keep it moving. So with that being said, you know, ESPN, people forget, like, ESPN dumped hockey like a fat chick at the prom. Oh, shoot, shouldn't have said that. Sorry. Yeah, but yeah, ESPN dumped hockey. Period.
Yep. Well, I do say, like, I think TNT's killing it, like, the in-between periods with Gratz, Bissonnette, Ian McHugh, Sockett, Anson Carter.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're doing a really good job.
So, you know.
Yeah, I said that to you the other night. TNT is doing an awesome job with their coverage and how they're covering, and you know, kudos to them for spending the money on it. And what I said to you the other day, I think hockey, unlike the other sports, because baseball is trying to do it too. Hockey, maybe I'm wrong, but hockey doesn't try to cater to the casual fan. They got their core people, their core fans, and maybe if I'm wrong, direct me if I'm wrong, Dan.
I think they made moves.
Like I say, yes and no.
Okay.
Because the old school fans like the 90s.
Yeah.
Detroit's and the Colorados going at each other, all the fights, you know, all that good stuff.
Right.
But now, it still happens. It's not as prevalent, but that's where, like, they're getting that kind of out of it and trying to push the scoring, the skill, you know, like the Zegras kid from Anaheim, like, you know, the stuff that he can do with the puck.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they're trying to promote, trying to make the game more exciting, you know, and all that.
All-Star game,
Yeah.
the way they got it kind of laid out. So,
But they did do the draft lottery, like,
Right.
the other
You
night.
were saying about that. Go ahead.
And it, surprisingly, like, so it's in Montreal. Montreal gets the lottery, they get the number 1 pick. And then, and then the Devils got 2, Coyotes got 3, Kraken 4, Flyers 5. Columbus has got 2 picks, they got the 6th and the 12th. Senators, Red Wings, and then the Sabres have the 9th and the 16th pick. And then you got the Ducks, Sharks, Islanders, Jets, Canucks. And what's funny is, like, the Shane Wright dude's supposed to be very good. And I saw where, like, I think it's 32 thoughts that Sportsnet in Canada had, like, that possibly that Montreal would trade that pick to Arizona for their 3rd pick, and I think they have one late in the 1st round also. I was like,
yeah, I would do that.
like, this kid, he could be it.
Yeah, I would.
So they're going to trade. No,
No, they just talk, like, the
Talk.
rumor mill, you know, of them possibly doing that.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool, man. That is our man Dan. Once again, we're live here at the Hygee Studios here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's how you said it?
Yeah, Hygee. Yes. It's,
I heard.
no, not it's
I thought it was Hygee. But
no.
I thought it was Hodge.
Hygee Studios.
Hoagie?
Hygee Studios.
Hygee.
Hygee Studios.
Brett,
Right to me. Hygee Studios.
Hygge.
Breadeth.
So, brother. Do you mean brevity?
Hygge. H-A-Y-G-G-E, Hygge.
A
Man,
breath of talent in the room, a breadeth.
Yes, a
We're-
breath of talent with breath.
We're gonna transition to the National Basketball Association. The NBA's in the second round of the playoffs. And we'll start with the hot series. Not really
They're all hot.
All the series hot.
Yeah, all the series hot, but the Miami Heat, they move on.
That wasn't a hot damn series.
Oh,
You don't let me
hot.
talk, dog. Meaning that the Heat were hot, right? Well, okay, because are you mad because wait a minute, I think they still mad from last week because the Dubs said, hey, Philadelphia doesn't have a chance, and they didn't.
I didn't say that they did. I said and you can check the show,
Wait,
that when Embiid gets back, it would make a difference. And it did, because they won the next 2 games.
Right, and that was it.
There you go. That's all I said. And I was right and not wrong. There you go.
So it's better to get your ass whooped.
Yes,
than to
yes,
get your
yes,
ass whooped.
yes.
So he went out there with
Yes.
he went out there with half a face and
Yes.
died. For your ego, he went out there with half
No,
a face
for
and
his
died.
paycheck. Don't you know every game you get played in the playoffs, you get more money?
Listen, the
They-
man went out there with half
Hey.
a face. You wanted him to go out there with half a face.
Money.
Half a face.
Money.
Half a face.
Okay.
Did he go or not go?
He still went home.
It didn't matter. He made more money.
Okay. So
It is a business. This is still a business.
right, we established that.
Okay,
as
here we go.
So I started up by just saying, hey, it was just a hot series. That's all.
No,
right?
it was a good service.
So yeah, it
was
was
cool.
It was needless to say. But the big elephant in the room, James Harden. Mike, what you think about James Harden's play?
And James Harden had a rough season and a rough playoff. That's all I see it as. Do I think he's still 40-point a game, James Harden? No. But he's definitely still 20 to 25, and he can get that. You just gotta actually have a coach that calls plays and not walk around with blank clipboards, and he be alright.
So we're just gonna run with that social media.
He had a blank clipboard for 4 quarters. He had a blank clipboard.
Doc didn't know what to write down.
Doc don't know how to Doc really threw everybody under the bus before this series, and went out there and got his ass. Now what you gonna say? I mean, I had a top 5 shooting guard all time and the best in the league. We still couldn't win.
Well,
Shooting guard.
Daryl Morey gave him the vote of confidence.
Right.
Daryl Morey don't know how to pick a coach neither, but that's neither here nor there.
That's true as well.
Well, wait a minute though. With James Harden, he don't get none of the smoke.
Yeah, he gets some
he,
smoke, but
he was out of shape.
Oh, he came in the season out of shape though.
he been out of shape for 2 years. Wasn't nobody mad last year.
He been on them burgers.
He
been on the
ate
fat
himself
burgers.
out of Brooklyn. He ate his way out of Houston. Then he hamstringed his way out of Brooklyn. So listen, he got a nice long off season to rest up, ice them hammies,
And too many roadies.
go ahead and lose some weight. Philly gonna get him right. They're gonna train him like Rocky. He gonna jog up and down the stairs and shit. And
Now, he's gonna be right.
He gonna
by
be ready next
though.
year.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
I guarantee you that.
So Doc ain't going nowhere.
No,
Doc
he's not.
needs
They
to,
already
but-
said he ain't going nowhere.
I'm just saying that usually
The boss man said we gonna pay him. He gonna be there.
Yeah.
Doc does not
He gonna
turn
go
down
get
money.
Austin Rivers. You know he gotta go get Junior. That's when you know his career somewhere over when he go get Junior.
No, Junior gonna stay out there in Denver where he needs to be. He better not leave out there.
I know he kicking himself every day when he remember he could have traded Junior for Melo and didn't do it.
Yeah, well.
Well, that's family first, I guess.
Well, listen, if Melo coming, Kev, you gotta go. I'm sorry.
Well, I would take Melo right now if I was Philly, if the money was right, but they just need jump shot shooters. James Harden is not washed, but he's just not the old James Harden.
That's a fact.
He has to do different things. Now, I'm not a basketball player anymore in that way, but I did look on ESPN and guys were saying that Doc's system is hard. And, a lot of times on TV, especially in the NBA, guys give dudes a pass. But 2 different stations, guys are saying, yo, Doc's system is not for the faint of heart.
What system? The clip?
Yeah, I don't think, well, no, it's actually like, a movie, you gotta know when you look at it, then you see it if you're part of the Illuminati. But if you're not, you ain't gonna see shit. But whatever it is, they say it's hard to play in that system. I think James Harden can be a facilitator and score, like Mike said, 20 points a night and be all right. They're gonna have to get some real life shooters. Right, Danny Green is not a shooter anymore.
Well, he got hurt, right?
Right, and Niang can shoot, but he can't guard anybody. All the coaches I know in basketball say the same thing, man. It ain't what position you play; it's what position you guard. And Niang guards nobody, so you don't have a position if you can't guard nobody. If you don't guard anybody, then you don't have a position essentially.
Correct.
So that's kind of the problem there. They got to get some shooters. And B did the best he could. I like the fact that he came back and played hurt. I think that's real serious because that's what I grew up watching. I grew up watching a league where dudes were hurt and, you sit down for a timeout and they ice your whole body down and you come back in the game. This is just what they did. So I think it was a good series, man. A good series for Philly. And the reality is, Miami was the #1 team. They weren't supposed to lose.
Right.
Let's not have the TV people talk us into some stuff that don't exist. They were not supposed to lose.
Alright. Yeah, you take it out. Well, yeah, I agree. Yeah, Miami was the #1 seed, right? So they won, and they didn't pull it off, I suppose, but they won. Let's talk about, and they play defense. They play defense, and that's what it was. Well, excuse me here.
That was our special sponsorship for Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah.
Shop with Thunder and Lightning for all your weather needs.
There
But,
you go.
Go
so
ahead,
we
Mike.
traded Tobias Harris. What we doing?
They might. Depends on the money.
You heard Jimmy Butler. You picked Tobias Harris
Hey,
over me?
well, the point is that Jimmy Butler was right, and they still could have kept Jimmy Butler, right?
Jimmy Butler.
They still could have kept him, but they got greedy, and they got Al Horford, and I think Danny Green or somebody for that money that they could have kept.
Never.
So-
Al Horford.
Yeah, but see, and you can't put that on, that wasn't on Daryl Morey and them. But the reality is, yeah, I mean, it was just a bad choice. And it's not that Tobias can't play, it's just that Tobias can't play like Jimmy. That's all it is. Like, he's a good, solid player, but you could have had both. It wasn't one or another, and that's kind of, I guess,
I agree. Yeah.
why you know, maybe they told Jimmy one thing, but the way it was explained was like, they still could have kept Jimmy if they wanted to keep Jimmy. But that GM's no longer there, so, you know, you can't speak ill of the dead, but not meaning dead for real, but dead as far as the organization. But, you know, no one knows why they didn't do it. But the reality is that they could have kept Tobias, it was somebody else that's still on the team, and Jimmy. But they gave, I think, 17 or 20 million to Al Horford for 1 year. And somebody else got another 5 million, and they could have still had Jimmy Butler, because Jimmy wanted to stay.
He just said that the other day when he in the series.
Yeah, it wasn't for Tobias though. That he should. I mean, yeah, I guess that was a misinformed take, but yeah, he's better than Tobias. But we all knew that coming in. Like, everybody knew that. One's a superstar and one's a good NBA player.
Let me go to the Milwaukee and the Boston series. That series is tied up at
Where's Daryl at? Where? Oh.
he's supposed to be
Whoa!
calling.
I thought Daryl was coming through the door. What? With his ass on fire!
Yeah, D-Dog has absolutely been an advocate for Giannis. He's like, yo, put some respect on Giannis' damn name. D-Dog, whenever you do call in, yo, I'm helping you out. Yo, Giannis has been playing really tremendous, man. He's definitely been doing his thing.
Question:
Go ahead, I got an answer.
is he playing too good?
Meaning,
No.
Trying to do too much? Because
Middleton?
No. You pay everybody on that team.
Okay.
He doesn't. When he gets those numbers, he doesn't involve anybody else. And when he doesn't involve anybody else, they lose. Just math. You know I am with my math. Just math.
But he not him. That's not him.
Who the hell else is it? He's
He
the one with
not-
the ball.
What I'm saying is he never been a playmaker though. He never been a
What did you, he's been involved. He wasn't a free throw shooter till this year.
he's still half a shooter, but he never been a playmaker. He
I
never
mean-
been just like Kawhi. Kawhi go do everything and won't get nobody involved and they'll win. 'Cause
I'm not.
that's not them.
I got you, and then that's fine. I can take that.
You
That's,
gotta go
that's-
get him. You gotta go
that's-
find that guy.
That's a good enough answer for me. I'm just asking. Because they asked it on TV. You know, like, you know, when he does this, right, no one else gets the rock. Or it's either it's late in the clock, or it's at the bad spots where they're not used to getting the rock. And things don't end up turning out the way we want them to when that happens. That's all I'm saying. I think he's a hell of a player. I think he's an MVP. You know, I think he's the best player in the world right now. All those things. Well, I don't think he's an MVP, but he deserves these 2 MVPs. And he's the best player in the world right
I
now.
don't think he should have got one of them MVPs,
Oh,
but
there you go.
Whoa, Mike.
he should have one.
Whoa.
But then James Harden should also have 4. We're not doing that today.
Okay, you're right.
James Harden should have 4?
He should have 4.
Yeah.
Giannis's first MVP and Curry's second one, and Russ's MVP. That's 4.
Yeah, that is 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
They robbed my son 3 times.
Good. Yeah.
I just want to make sure we know that James got to get back right?
Yeah, but he still deserves to be a 4-time MVP in my mind.
Okay.
And he can't get younger. That's the one thing everybody got.
How old is James? He's 30, how old?
33 years old.
33 years old,
Listen,
right?
You just gotta get efficient. That's all.
Dude, listen, Father Time is never lost. We say this in every sport. All because LeBron James and Tom Brady can do this shit with the avocados and all the rest of this does not mean that 95% of the world can.
But that's because they smart too. They play smarter now. They don't.
And yeah,
They're
and
not
you
out
know,
here with wild cowboys like they once was.
and they spending $1 million on their body every year and all the rest of this stuff. Listen, like we talked about yesterday,
Tom Brady does not do load management.
it doesn't matter. He doesn't get hit either.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Get rid of the ball.
You play a whole football game and not get hit. And if they do hit you, they damn near throw the DN of the other team out the game, give them an extra 50 yards. You just can't do it. So the reality is that, you know, listen, James Harden had a lot of seasons where he didn't come in shape and he would get in, he did the Shaq thing. Wasn't super out of shape, but he would get into real playing weight or playing shape during the season. And that's just not the best way to do it. To stay, you know,
Going doing the
Yeah.
yo-yo effect.
to be at your optimal, you know, peak performance in your 30s. Like, you know, Chris Paul had to change his whole diet and go vegetarian, you know, to do it. Like, it takes a lot, man. So he is also getting old, man. And, you know, and I'm like, I don't know why people can't understand that. Old is old. And you can't be disrespectful of old because it'll come get you. It's just the truth.
That's a fact.
So, you know,
That was really the norm, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, it doesn't matter what sport you played, football, basketball, hockey,
Right.
baseball, everybody wouldn't work out in the off season, and then they'd come in, beginning of the training camps and whatnot, and
Yes.
that's when they get in shape. But like you said, now, everybody, it's a year thing.
dudes do it all year. But I think Milwaukee has a good chance. But you also remember, guys, and this is what I was trying to tell D, like, it wasn't not putting respect on Milwaukee's name. Milwaukee didn't put respect on their own name,
How so?
right? Because they didn't come into the playoffs 1, 2, or 3 seed. Like, they wasn't a top seed.
They had
Boston
3.
had a higher seed than them.
Well, Milwaukee had 3.
Well,
To me, that was the smartest way to go in there. And coast.
Hey, listen.
Leave them alone.
See, there you go. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but what you're saying is, by and large, that they came in there not going their hardest, resting dudes, right, so they can get to the playoffs in the best shape. But there is no guarantee because your dude gets hurt immediately, right? And then dudes who, you know, maybe you was coasting, they didn't play, you didn't do much with them.
Right.
Now they're in the game and they don't know what to do. So it's a problem, you know. Boston been rocking the dudes they got all year. They've been playing some dudes out the stands.
Wait a minute, DA, wait a minute. But Boston just turned on the light switch around February when they decided that I gotta play some defense.
Well, it wasn't, they decided they had to play some defense. The coach changed the lineup and the defense changed, right? So he changed dudes that were in the game and then your defense changed,
Right.
you know. So it wasn't, you know, like we didn't want to play defense. Gave Smart a bigger role, did this, did that, you know, put Horton here, moved this guy here, and the defense the second half of the year, right, which is a long time, right? So we talking about from January to now has been the #1 in the NBA. So they've been working up to this point to be this good. It's not like they just started playing defense last week, Thursday, you know, so they've been trying to do this and get to this way. You know, just like Dallas, now they didn't do it in the playoffs thus far, but I think they might have been the second best defensive team in the NBA in the second half of the year. And who would have thought it, right? So, you know, it's they get Dinwiddie and these other guys are like, oh wow, things switch up and change. It was that kid Robert Williams too, that plays for Boston that really turned it up and got their defensive intensity like really locked in. So, you know, I think Boston was a good team this year.
Speaking about intensity, the NBA playoffs are getting recognized for very good TV ratings this go around because I just think you got some old new faces and they're playing defense. Except, and Dan will probably talk about the next series I talked about. He said Golden State forgot to come to work the other day, but they did advance. They did advance last night and got Memphis out of there.
That was on purpose.
Why are we doing that on purpose?
They wanted to party in Golden State. They had to bring it home.
Then why not just forfeit, give them that game so you don't have to travel?
Nah, you gotta still show up.
If you didn't show up,
You still gotta pull up to the arena.
but the 5 guys you had on the court, you might as well put them on the bench because they didn't do shit. I mean, seriously, why are you playing them if you're not trying to win? Sit them, let them rest, put the other guys in, because you got blown out by 60 or whatever it was.
They didn't want that. They didn't want that charge. They didn't want to charge them.
I looked up and I was like, well, damn, they're down about 52 points. I was like, what is going on? Like you said, Dan, it's like they forgot to come to play. But I will hope that's not the case, Mike, that they come and
They knew they was winning Game 6. They didn't have John Morant. They knew they was winning Game 6.
Speaking of which, okay, John Morant. Do you think that play was dirty on Morant from
No.
old boy?
No.
Okay.
I'll have to ask Big Mike, the photographer. He's a football player. Push pull, Mike. Push pull, Mike. Is that illegal? Is that bad? Is that good? You seen the play? You know.
I think it was dirty.
There you go. It's physics, man. If you push one part of the body while pulling another one, you're going to stretch that joint. In the story.
Basketball is a contact sport.
Yeah. And then
I don't want to hear that.
but
You know how much
you
nut,
don't push on something at the same time.
part of my freshman, you know how much nut shit goes on the court that nobody sees all day? I don't want to hear that. It was the point guard, okay, it was a little tangle up. They be all right.
Pushed him in the back and pulled his right knee.
Like you ain't see them murder Gary Payton Jr.
I-
on live TV and they go, yo, that was a little tap. What are you talking about? Come on now.
No. I thought that was bad too. I'm just saying. I think they're both bad. But if someone did that to you right now, you'd feel it. If they pushed your lower back and pulled your knee at the same time in opposite ways, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, you know, and it's cool. It is what it is. The team that wins deserves to win. I think this Memphis, they learned,
They're not ready.
and next year they'll be back with a vengeance.
Yeah, they would. I don't think I'm from the school of that. You might have to lose a couple before you
Learn to
actually
win.
Yeah, learn to win, right? So I think they're not ready yet. That play, I went back and forth with it. I'm with Millie over here, Mike Millie over here. I don't think it was a dirty play, man.
Well, let me do that to you outside the studio. See how the fucking feeling about it.
Just be ready
You
for
didn't bring a gun with you.
Of course I did.
No, well,
just be ready for whatever charges the officials give you.
oh yeah, assault and battery against a police officer. I was just showing them in the game what happened. We got fouled and did the thing on the
Golden State.
He did do the thing. He did that thing.
Golden State. Mike, what do you think about Golden State's play? And can they run this thing?
They shouldn't be able to. They shouldn't, but they probably will, cause they Golden State, and then I really think ain't no dominant center really left now in the playoffs still. So like, it's really the odds is really in their favor on the low, cause them boys can shoot that ball.
Always.
They can shoot that ball, and they play defense, and everybody play their role.
Okay.
What do you think left in the field that could really?
I'm just saying, man. Look, first off, this is the first game where we've seen, 2 games in a series where Golden State, no one could hit the side of a barn but Poole,
Facts.
right?
Yeah, you're right.
Defensively, they got blown out by like 50-something points.
Well, he just said they just didn't show up.
Chinks in the armor.
But how do you do that?
Well, he's cheek the armor, but the better team you play, those chinks get bigger. So if you do that against Chris Paul or Luka may score 80.
The thing with them is Dallas. Honestly, this is the perfect matchup for Dallas. Honestly, just the way the teams is built up. But then you see how Phoenix do. Phoenix have them 3-4 games where they get retarded every year. They did the same thing last year. Remember, they was supposed to get the Clippers out of here, let the Clippers hang around. Boom. They do that. Look at Chris Paul.
I would like to see Dallas and Golden State so we can see if Draymond really about that life still. Because he's old too.
He's
And
not
Luka's
guarding.
not.
He's not guarding Luka.
Oh, he gonna have to.
He ain't ready for that.
Oh, then Wiggins will get skewered on
He's
him.
gonna cook Wiggins. He's gonna have Wiggins look like Reggie Jackson out
Yeah,
there.
you better find somebody. 'Cause
Well, who y'all? So y'all picking Dallas to be Phoenix?
No,
I didn't say that neither.
Okay.
we just saying
I said it's a good matchup.
yeah, we
I
just
didn't
said it's a
say.
better matchup.
Oh,
that
We
way.
talking in hypotheticals.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
thank
Well,
you.
I just want to clarify and verify.
Thank
know
you,
what I'm
Michael, for the vocabulary, because I probably would have got that
Yeah, I
wrong.
have a breadth of it, vocabulary.
Yeah, I would have been like, yeah, the
Brevity?
hyperdrive, the hyperdrive of we're dealing with hyperdrives right
Dallas
now.
and Phoenix is tied up at 3. So, Mike, with that said, you think Phoenix is going to pull this off? In my opinion, Phoenix should have been put in series, but Dallas has given up a good fight. Your man, go ahead, Mike.
As a fan of the Mavericks, it would be great if they win. As a realistic sports personality, I'm gonna go with, it might be Phoenix, man. It's just the same thing with the Grizzlies. When you gotta go against them bullies, you gotta get your head knocked in a couple times. So he didn't have to go against the Clippers again this year. They won the first round. They really should have lost in the first round. But now they done got Phoenix to 7, so, and then no home team has lost this series neither. So
I mean, the game.
yeah.
Luka, how much he's been averaging here? He's been
40
$1 million.
No, he's
thousand.
33. It says here. So
$1 million.
he's definitely been doing this game and doing his thing. Excuse me, not his game, but yeah, doing his game also. But why has Phoenix? Let me pose this to you guys. Why has Phoenix taken so long to take out Dallas?
Booker got hurt.
And they've been playing sloppy. They've been turning that ball over. And it's rare that you get a series like, or just, and not even a series. It's rare you get a streak of games where Chris Paul is this sloppy with the ball. So,
Because in the first couple of games, he was on it, right? And then he just looked like he definitely lost it, man.
And if I may,
You may.
real talk, Jason Kidd's a point guard. He knows what to do against a great point guard. He puts bigger people on Chris Paul. So, Chris Paul's game is to find a spot. He has 10 spots on the court. I think we saw it, my son is 10 spots on the court that he's automatic. If he gets his feet to that spot,
Right.
it's going in the basket. The other team knows the 10 spots. All you gotta do is have somebody bigger that can jump behind him, that can stay in front of him. So that's why you put these guys on them. They don't put Brunson on them because they'll bully Brunson,
Right.
right? But you put bigger guys, Dinwiddie, you put bigger guys on them that can move their feet, stay in front of him to make him not shoot when he gets to his spot. And it makes him uncomfortable. No one likes to be uncomfortable. You got to give props to Jason Kidd, and also the fact that, like I said, second half of the year, I believe Dallas, if they weren't number 1, they were number 2 in defense the second half of this year. Like their defensive intensity, efficiency went up dramatically the second half of the season.
Right.
So, and it was when they got, they brought in guys, got rid of my man Porzingis. So it was a different schematic, I would say, for that organization. And yeah, they're starting to play defense. They don't play. Their problem why they won't win the whole thing is because they don't play defense all the freaking time.
they ain't got no bigs neither.
Yeah, well,
Well, Remember, this is NBA. This is a positionless basketball.
No.
But they don't even got positionless bigs. Like they got Cleaver, and Cleaver's cool, but he not no big. And then
No.
Dwight Powell, he never was no big. And
They
then,
got rid of old boy, right?
Who?
From Notre Dame. Light skinned kid came from Sacramento. Golly gee.
you talking about?
He's a playing center for me. He's a backup. I'll give him.
They ain't got no bigs. And then Dwight Powell, he never was a big, and then he tore his Achilles. Now he back, but he's still not no big. He really not one now.
What's the dude's name? Hold on.
So y'all got Phoenix. Y'all always concede that Phoenix is going to be Dallas.
Phoenix supposed to be Dallas.
They're supposed to be Dallas, and then it'll be Golden State and Phoenix, and then in the Eastern Conference you'll have Miami and Milwaukee, right? So
I don't know if I got Milwaukee.
Whoa,
Yeah, I don't- I'm not sure.
Y'all still not respecting.
It's not
It's
respect.
not even that.
Do you hear this?
It's not respect. It's
These are supposed to be
disrespect.
sitting here, but
And we ain't talking to
we talking about a lot of people that's supposed to do a lot of stuff. D-Dub's supposed to be sitting there. Chris Paul's supposed to be holding the ball. But I mean,
You know, this dude is talking mad trash about
Milwaukee's supposed to beat the Celtics, but like with Tatum, I feel like if it's not now, when? At this point,
I don't think it's this year though. I don't think they're
I
gonna
mean,
get
it
past
could be though.
It could be.
It
I
could
mean,
be.
Well, see, it's not getting past them. It's Milwaukee getting past Boston. Boston was number 2. Milwaukee was number 3.
I mean, it was
but Milwaukee
same
defending
record.
champs.
It
Same
doesn't matter. Last year is last year. I don't.
Nah, I'm
about
still the
last year.
champ until somebody's the champ.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
it doesn't.
Even if I lose, I'm the
you
champ.
can still be the champ, but not be a better team, right? Listen, I give you your respect for winning the championship last
Yeah,
year.
okay.
But what I'm saying is this year, Boston was a better team. Now, we can do all the excuses we want. Oh, man, we was chilling all year because we wanted to keep dudes in
They
shape.
had the same record.
That's the Mike Mills.
Yeah, right?
No,
So-
we're not rocking.
Yeah, it's the same record.
It's
but-
the Mike Mills truth theory.
But the reality is that one was a 2 and one was a 3, right? One was a 2. One had a better season overall than the other, right? Now it had the same record at the end.
Identical
but what I'm
records.
saying to you is everybody knows that Boston was at that level the whole year. Milwaukee was not, and they came up to that level. Everybody that watched basketball knows that's the way it happened, and that's fine. Consistency has to play a role here. And I'm not saying they're going to win. I'm just saying that Boston has a better all-around team, 1 through 8. Period.
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you mean? Who are we talking about after Giannis? Who exactly are we talking about besides Holiday?
Who we talking about after Tatum and Brown?
Keep Smart.
Keep Smart. You got
No, come on, man. Marcus Smart, rather.
Marcus Smart. I was gonna
Marcus
say.
Smart.
Marcus Smart ran out there and flop and do
No,
ass shit. He played defense and be ass at the
Marcus,
same
Marcus Smart had 16 points in the first half.
time. He take nut shots.
16
He
points
is
in the
messing
first
up the offense.
half.
They need to use
last
him like Daigle.
night.
20 minutes. Get him out of here.
Horton. Horton had good games, right?
Horford had one game.
It doesn't matter, right?
He went back to being the ghost.
Does it help
That's the
them win?
ghost of Al Horford.
Did it help them win?
He is a shell of himself.
Well, he's getting old. Damn, you don't want to score 80 points a game?
If he could, give it to us.
He's an old man. He's put.
He had one of those-
I think Horford has had
Listen.
a couple good games.
He had that one game where he told
Again.
him, get them kids off my porch, score 29, and never,
Again,
he won't do it again the rest of the playoffs.
Again, what I'm saying to you, and you haven't answered the question, and this is not a debate show, and I'm not going to say anything else after this.
He lying.
Name a dude. No, I'm not going to say nothing else about this topic.
Go ahead, Rev, tell me.
Yeah, listen. So my question was,
Yeah.
give me a cat on the Milwaukee bench that has scored as much as Horford did that game, besides Giannis and Holiday. I'm waiting. I'll wait.
Let's go.
I'm looking at my brightness about that time. Here we go. Go ahead. I'm listening.
You talking about combined or you talking about one game?
I just
Ain't
scored it in the last 8 fucking years.
Oh, Connaughton.
Shit.
Connaughton get
Thank you,
buckets.
Mike.
Yeah, Connors scored 29 points in 3 games.
Grayson Allen give you 29 points. Grayson Allen give you 29 points in a
No. He'll give it to you.
He'll
Yo,
give you
has
four
he given it to me?
Let's check. Don't worry, I'll check. Don't worry.
You can check.
All right,
And I'm going to tell you it's a no. I'm going to tell you it's a no in the playoffs. This is why I said Boston's team is better 1 through 8.
Okay.
And if Robert Williams gets back, then it's 1 through 9. That's what I'm saying. Because essentially, all Milwaukee is Giannis and Holiday. As of today, Middleton comes back, then it's Giannis, Middleton, and Holiday. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm done.
Tatum Brown goes to Al Horford.
And keep on going through the scores, brother.
What you got there, Mike Billy?
He got nothing.
We're gonna move on to.
I got one correction. Horford had 2 good games. I'm sorry. What? What? I
Oh,
apologize.
it's good to be fucking old. Y'all know that, right? Give me an older motherfucker, boy. Huh? It'll get wise like King Solomon in this mother.
Ah, you keep smart.
Well, you know, keep
Once
smart.
again, we're live here.
So.
Hogan Studios here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hygee.
At the Breath Studios
Correct.
in the Keep Smart Arena.
We're gonna move along to MLB. Let me run down the top 15 here real quick before we got the Dodgers. They are holding up number 1 again. This is from the Athletic. Yankees.
Yes, right. That's right. That's right.
My
That's
Yankees
right.
have won 17 out of 19 games.
That's right.
They beat the White Sox again.
That's
Hey,
right.
y'all should have paid Aaron. I mean, not Aaron Judge. Now I'm
Yeah, there you go. See?
It's-
Getting on the motherfucker, boy. You forget shit, boy.
Hey, Aaron Smart.
That's right. Pay Aaron Smart his goddamn money.
Judge hit another home run last night. Yankees have won 17 out of 19. Number 3 is Mike Millie's New York Mets. The Mets, they lost last night to Seattle, but
I don't even want to talk about it.
it's
Just keep
just
going.
it's just one game. The Milwaukee Brewers,
It's just 1 month. Just
it's May, right?
Pretend they don't
Number
exist.
4, Tampa Bay's number 5. The
That's bad
Padres
for us.
are number 6. They're 19-10 as of the other day, Wednesday. It's from the Toronto Blue Jays. Hey, we have owned the Blue Jays. The Yankees have owned the Blue Jays all season. So the Blue Jays are 17-14. My screen messed up here. That's number 7. That's number 8. The LA Angels, 19-11. Mike Trout, he's starting to come around. Houston
Not a good
Astros.
look.
Huh?
It's not a good look when that shit start happening.
Yeah, I know. Astros are number 9. The San Francisco Giants are 10. Minnesota Twins, they beat the hell out of the Cleveland Guardians last night. They scored 8 runs. Shout out to my pops. He's a huge Guardians fan. But,
He's an Indians fan.
They need to beat that. They need to beat the name off them. The name is horrible, horrid.
They can play a bunch of correction officers.
They need to go get one of them AAA names.
Minnesota Twins are number 11. The St. Louis Cardinals are number 12. Chicago White Sox are number 13. And number 14 is the Atlanta Braves. Number 15 are the Colorado Rockies. So, with that said, with the number 1, the Yankees and the Dodgers, they keep on doing their thing. DA, the Yankees, you said we didn't have enough of whatever.
We don't have enough pitching. We always have enough bats. I still don't know if we have enough pitching to get to the end of the year. But I'm pretty sure if you look at the team en masse, we probably don't have the best ERA. It's just like always, we're scoring more runs. So like our staff can have an ERA of 4.5 and it's still good because we're scoring 6 runs a game. You know, but when it gets hot, that switches in July, and then like most years we're fucked because you know we start to our ERA stays where it's at and we stop hitting. And then it's reversed and we're scoring 3 and still giving up 4. Because remember, that's around the second time around that they're seeing the pitchers. And, you know, yeah, for us, we're not like, you know, St. Louis Cardinals that come up with a new left-hander out of nowhere every August. Like, oh, yeah, we got Jimmy J here. Who? Yeah, 6'8" left-hander.
With a tragic backstory.
Yeah, throws the ball 300 miles an
His
hour.
aunt died in a tractor fire and she
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
raise him in.
And then you know he's with the Cardinals, and you're like, what the hell again?
They find the saddest people and just put them on the mound.
And they throw like their
They
lives.
pitch the pain away.
Yes, yes. So yeah, we don't ever have that. We never have that. So that's what I hope not, but that's what I expect to happen to us.
So,
So I'm happy for the day though. I'm not mad.
the Dodgers, they keep rolling.
Murders roll.
21-7. Real quick,
Late 90s Texas Rangers.
30 seconds. The clean PG version. Trevor Bauer.
Listen, this is what I say, man.
Go ahead.
And this is in all seriousness. I say this to all my folks that are in law enforcement. I'm not really sure that these people respect you, because the people that get paid the money to do this say, yo, listen, nothing here, innocent, boom. And then you still suspend these people, and you still kick them out. What is the point? It's like instant replay in baseball. Why are we looking at cameras and things are still wrong? Why are we looking at a camera for a strike and you still call it wrong? Yeah, WTF. That's the Mama Warren. See, WTF. I didn't say it. I did not say it. I didn't say it. So WTF, and I'm out. That's my take on it.
Dan, because Dan's been bringing up the subject. Trevor Bauer, quick.
Well, same boat as you. No charges, nothing, and he gets two years.
What?
How many is Watson gonna get? Is
Yeah,
he ever gonna play?
I mean, Ray Rice lost his career, but
Right.
But
my son got double jeopardy, but it's law enforcement.
But the difference is that was on video.
Right.
You can't dispute, but like with Bauer,
If my wife ain't pressing no charges, it ain't happen. My wife. My wife.
but the thing is with Bauer is I think like I was telling him like when I think it had a lot to do with the issue of the foreign substance.
Right.
So like the players would use something just so they could hold the ball so they
Spider-Man.
so they weren't hitting people.
Spider.
You know, when they're pitching, they could have control. And like he did several videos on it where he basically took rosin in his sweat, and he could hold a baseball like this, and it never came out of his hand. And I think it's more him being outspoken of how they changed the rule. Like they didn't give him time to like work it, because like he said, we condition ourselves to throw the ball a certain way. We don't have to have the tightest grip with the surface. It was something on the ball, opposed to not. Now you don't give us any time to work our arm into throwing with that more pressure. Now it's more dangerous for the pitchers and injuries occurring. And I think a lot of it had to do with he was outspoken
Yeah.
against MLB, and they just said, you know what?
Garrett Cole was mad, but I guess they had to pick one guy to put in jail, and it was him. Because Garrett Cole said a bunch as well.
Yeah, they did, but geez, 2 years?
This makes
That's
no
a
sense.
long time.
That's a very, very long time.
It's like, come on, dude, really?
Well, that was my thing. Is Baker going to play the whole year this year? Because they're going to suspend Watson for the whole year?
They can't. This is my problem. The NFL is the worst, because the police told them that, nah, Zeke didn't do nothing. It's all good. Zeke is fine. Look, hey, nothing to see here. And Goodell still said 6 games. And I was like, what the fuck?
Zeke, Tyreek Hill,
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice, the list goes on and on.
Kareem Hunt, he missed it.
I'm sorry, I said Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, excuse me.
If he, would actually kicked and hit her, then yeah. But he missed her. He must have been high. Because he missed her.
NFL pick and choose who they want.
But what I'm saying is,
Well, they definitely need to get out the discipline list. That's
Yes.
the NFL's problem.
I think all these.
Joe Mixon running around still.
I say
Well,
give
no,
it to the
no.
police. No, seriously, like in America, and Dan, you gotta bear with me on this. And I say this as a black man. All we want is fairness. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
That's a fact.
But if I'm not wrong, I'm not wrong.
That's a fact.
So
too.
we have to trust the system. It's the only system we have.
Right.
So we have to work with that system.
And they gotta work with us.
Indeed. So I'm saying, if the police say, we went to court, we did all these things, not guilty, civil, not guilty, criminal, not guilty, you can't suspend me. Because I'm thinking like, what, for what, going to court? Are you suspending me for going to court? Like, what exactly are we suspending?
The only thing I can say, they can say that you are violating some kind of league policy.
Of what?
I don't know.
Rough sex?
I think it's like the personal conduct
But you still,
clauses in all their
then
contracts.
you still can't be.
I mean, if I'm not
I
guilty,
think
what
it's
conduct
BS.
did I?
Yeah, you
If
still
I'm not
can't be-
guilty, what conduct did I break?
You can't be in my bedroom
That's-
because you don't like the way it sex me and this girl has. You can't, cause what about?
I'm just asking the question.
No, I'm just saying, but what about the men and women that are married in the league? I mean, that them and their wives have rough sex. The wife never said nothing, so it's not a problem, right?
It's none of their business.
Right, so what are we talking about a conduct? Listen, it has to be attached to some type of law somewhere, or else it doesn't matter. Then it's just an opinion, right? And once you put it in that qualitative mode, then you'll always lose because it's how you feel. We think this, so now you're wrong, but you think, no, what did the book say? Yeah, it says that, but we think that you did a bad, and we don't know. What does it say? You can't do that. That's the problem. That's any league, it's the problem. Because there's no way in the world anyone can feel that they live in the right way if you're subject to feelings and not facts. That's all.
I just think all the leagues need to get out the discipline business and let somebody else handle it. I just think, my take, 2 years, that's just too much. But I'm like with Dan, he's probably paying the penalty for not shutting up about, the ticky-tack or the whatever, and so he's paying that price. Once again, we're live here at Hygee Studios here in Charlotte, North
And
Carolina.
you know that cost Mike a Super Bowl with them Cowboys.
Who?
Because that was probably the best team that Dallas had in the last 5 years. Was a team where they sat old boy down for 6 games. Was it Zeke? That was the best roster they probably had in a very long time.
I think, I'm not a Dallas fan, as y'all know, I'm a Giants fan. I think last year's team should have.
Nah, that team, the linemen, like, what's the big left tackle?
None of them teams were supposed to win. That's why they ain't win.
At Dallas.
This year, man?
No, yeah. What's his name? Big boy from USC.
I should have got Mike.
The big left tackle.
I would have to give him more money though.
What's his name? Golly gee. But that offensive line,
None of them
Zach
teams
Martin.
was
But no,
supposed to win.
what I'm saying, I got you. What I'm saying is Zach Martin, Lionel Collins, that whole offensive line.
Yes, they had the best offensive line for a
But
couple
no, what I'm
years,
saying is that, but they was at their prime 5 years ago.
and they wasn't gonna win.
But I'm saying, but that's when they pulled Zeke out. And I'm just saying that it cost them because they had at least on paper the combination of what would have been right.
1 Zeke, 2 Zeke, blue Zeke,
I know.
3 Zeke. They was not winning.
I know.
Okay,
I'm not a Cowboy fan.
Let me
it wasn't.
let me move on to some other NFL
The
news.
90s is 30 years ago now.
Let me move to some other.
The 80s is 40 years ago now.
Listen, we was just in two. Sorry.
Alright, hell man, y'all with them?
Nope. Got those playoff checks though. Blue Ball's not a guarantee sport.
I mean, y'all won them though?
Playoff checks.
I mean, my team been this is 97. We got 2 though.
Yeah. you beat us.
Anyway, the Dirty Birds, whatever you call them.
She does turn the lights out.
They go to Blue Jets. The Blue Jets got something to say.
Like I said, they've been in the league more since '97.
Yeah.
96.
They just couldn't steal the name too.
Yeah.
That don't
Oh,
That's a whole other team. They wanted their history. They wanted to be the Dirt Bombs, so now they're the Dirt Bombs, and that's what it is.
But you are the Browns.
No, we're the Ravens. They're the Dirt Bombs.
You are the Browns.
They are the
underneath.
Browns.
Yeah.
Let me talk about a little other NFL news. Your man Tom Brady. Let me just read this real quick. The multi-network bidding war was accumulated Tuesday. This is from Yahoo Sports when Fox Sports announced that Tom Brady will become its lead NFL analyst when he's done playing. Fox did not disclose terms of Brady's deal, but the New York Post has reported that the 7-time Super Bowl champion will receive $375 million over 10 years, the richest contract in sports broadcasting history. Guess that's why I'm here this morning. And more than Brady will have earned via his 23 seasons in the league combined. Dan, what you think about the deal with Tom Brady and Fox Sports?
Kudos to him. That's like hitting the lottery every year for 10 years. Lucky SOB, I'll tell you that. I'd like to be that. But if you think about it too, he's not even done playing yet.
Yeah.
No.
And he's already got something lined up afterwards. You know, like I said, congrats to him. That's a lot of cabbage.
A lot of money.
Mike Millie.
A hell of an agent. You got me $37 million to do something I've never done for the next 10 years, every day, ever. Like, come on. He ain't. I mean,
have we heard Tom Brady in that capacity? I mean, he has a podcast that what's the guy's name? I forgot his name. But he does a weekly podcast.
That's all it takes. Well, shit, we got one with my 37.5 million. I mean,
It's that dude Gray, right? Gray?
Yeah, Jim Gray.
He got a good agent, so we need to go link up with his agent. Tom Brady, if you out there, somebody hashtag Tom Brady in the comments, tag him, do something. Tom Brady, if you out there, let me holler at your agent, because we got some shit we want to talk about.
Yeah, we do a weekly podcast.
I'll take a little, you ain't got to give me the whole 37. You just give me 7, honestly.
You give me a point something, I'm good. I'm 50-something years old, man. I ain't got much longer to go.
I wish they would have given this deal back in the 2000s.
Yeah, boy, shit.
Killing us in the playoffs.
Oh,
Oh
God.
man, but you said some DA. You said what do you think?
I think it's a great thing for him. I'm not even, it's funny, man. And this ain't no Bible thing, but I'm like, damn, man. You don't even know, like, where his mental faculties will be for the next 10, 15 years after playing football. And I don't say that to be funny.
Right.
I say that because it's real. But they don't hit the quarterback much. So I think he'll be fine, but we just don't know if he's good at it. You don't know how much Tom, he may speak like me and curse all the time. So it takes a little bit to get out of that. And but we'll see, because usually if you're bad at playing something, you're good at talking about it. So like Romo, you know what I mean? So, and I
You
think
was just trying to get him rings a couple minutes ago, right?
I think Romo. No, I think that was it.
Comes out and
I think Romo.
you knew he won't win them neither.
No, I knew it. I think Romo is like good at what he does though. Like he's like he says things.
Oh, the analyst part, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
spot on.
how the hell did he know that was coming?
Because he couldn't do it.
Exactly. So like Tom Brady being
Man,
able,
we're looking at you, man.
I can tell you a lot of shit I can't do.
but Tom Brady being able to do a lot of things may not be as good at that role. But we'll see what happens, man. I'm never mad. You all know me. I'm never mad about another cat getting their paper. So I'm with you, Tom. Go get it, bro. Just know that my last name on my aunt's cousin's side, 8 times removed, yes, is Brady. So, just so you know.
So I was going to ask this question, and we're going to move on to the next topic. Are athletes right to say that they are more qualified to cover their sport than
Yes.
we are?
Yes, you need both. It's nothing changes. You need both. You need the color guy and you need the other guy. No one wants to just sit there and hear all the intricate. Yeah, he went past the blue line by 3 skates. Look, dude. That's fine. But the other guy's there for the rest of the world, right? You need Gus Johnson to gotta do that. You need that. You need that. You need that, because you don't want to hear Joe Klatt talking, or he took a 3-step drop and a punch up, and then
Yeah, you don't want to hear Booger McFarlane and Chris Webber all night.
Whoa.
What? Y'all know how I feel about them.
I am out on that.
Y'all know how I feel about them, man. Don't nobody want to hear Booger. Don't nobody want to hear Chris Webber.
No, I say that because in the last couple of days, you've heard comments from JJ Redick and Draymond Green about, people, regular people, they don't know. And yeah, we don't know. But if you're passionate enough and if you have sat here just like all of us who have studied and brought notes.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, Kev.
They don't know neither.
People are lazy.
How many of them on the court don't know? They don't know.
I'm just saying that regular people are lazy and they're not gonna, they want to be spoon fed. It's just what it is. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just saying, my question is, athletes, some of them deem that regular folks can't talk about it. I disagree with them.
Or we can talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I think you can be just as informed as they can. I disagree with it, say, hey, he didn't play the sport. He has.
But there are some things, man, like.
I get you.
And there's some things they'll never see on the court because they too stupid. They caught in their ego.
Yes.
So they know, but they don't know.
Well, that's why certain dudes can't do that game. Like, I think, like say the NBA, and I haven't done it, so I don't know. I think there's a lot of NBA dudes that would like to be on the sidelines. And they try it, and they're just no good at it because they think they know because of the way they played. It's like dudes, everybody thought that, certain dudes, because they played so well, they were great coaches. That's not necessarily the truth. A lot of times, the dude on the end of the bench is the best coach because he saw everything and watched everything. But, like I said, man, it's some people are good and some people are bad. I don't think that there's any one right way or wrong way.
I agree.
think that's why they usually have 2 or 3 guys in the booth. And I'm 52 years old, y'all. Like, I can't remember a time when there wasn't 2 or 3 guys in the booth. So to me, it just seems that they've known this from a marketing perspective for a very long time. Just don't put, Rocco Nagurski up there in the booth by himself talking about what's happening on third down. See, they're in a double stack 22 formation. Everybody's else is like, what? What? What?
Let me get Dan here. Dan, the hockey guy. As far as former hockey guys, do they make good broadcasters, good coaches? What's your?
I was gonna say, like, if you look at, who's announcing these games, like ESPN's a little hard to stomach at times with what they throw out.
Booger McFarland.
But like, a lot of times, it's not a player that's in the booth per se, like with these national games. Like, if it's a specific team, like the Penguins got Mears, who used to work at the NHL Network, but he wasn't a player, but they got Bob Berry with them.
Right.
So you get that mix where, like, I think TNT or whatever, they have Forsland and maybe Eddie Olczyk, but then you got Keith Jones, or the former player, or Ferraro in the box talking about the game.
Right.
And like with hockey, a lot of the jargon that they use, the normal person wouldn't know.
I have no idea.
Like, hey, the F1 went here and the F2 goes here, and like, F what?
F you.
Yeah. but that's the thing where, like, the players, if they're in the booth or down, they can help explain what the breakdowns were, why this person got open or why this goal occurred, because they know the responsibility of each player on the ice. But like Forsland, he used to be the Canes announcer. Love him. I think he's with Seattle now, plus he does the national broadcast games. And like I said, Ray Ferrara's real good. Olczyk's not bad. I like him. But like, I'm trying to think what late game I was watching, and I had to mute it. It was on the internet. I just couldn't do it.
And the mute, wow.
Damn, that's pretty bad.
That's how I feel about Chris Webber.
They fired him already, Mike. Damn. They got your letter and they fired him.
Didn't they?
Yeah, he's been on TNT for 2 years.
It ain't been 2 years.
They got your letter and they fired him.
All right, now we gotta get Boog out of there. Kendrick Perkins next.
Oh goodness.
God. Well, they don't let Kendrick do no games,
They
man.
don't even let him do no TV. Kendrick Umar up there, Johnson. KD need to be more serious.
Did you say Dr. Umar?
Kendrick Umar Johnson, I'm ready for him to shut the. I can't stick and go.
Oh my God!
Booger,
Ain't that
and then
suspicious?
the booger.
Isn't that suspicious?
Booger with the, you gotta get the ball fast because they're coming off the edge kind of quick, and when they come on the edge quick, okay, Booger, we know. Shh.
Oh my God, man.
Oh boy, wow. Damn. You better look at Mike. Oh boy.
I'm glad that.
I'm glad you're here, Mike.
Yeah, it's,
They just
let me go to our last topic, man.
they
Real
be
quick.
killing me.
And we probably have to revisit this topic because we got to get out of here. But we're definitely gonna. So we've been kind of talking on all our social media about Cynthia Cooper Dyke, who has been accused of abusive behavior. Let me read this real quick. The
Word before they
allegations
find us.
against Cooper Dyke stem from her stints
I
at
know,
Texas
correction
Southern,
before they find us.
UNC, Wilmington, and USC. Players from those schools alerted school administrators of the coach's actions during her tenure. But Cooper Dyke's career has moved forward seemingly unimpacted. Nobody has said anything or done anything. Just pass her off to the next school. One USC player told The Athletic, "This woman mentally and emotionally terrorized us." Cooper Dyke coached Texas Southern women's basketball team. Cooper Dyke was told that one of the players who had a mental health diagnosis was depressed. Cooper Dyke said, "No, she will be all right. She just needs some DICK." That's
Okay,
all.
we are talking about what I thought we were talking about.
Yeah.
That's
She
right.
then later called that same play a scary ass version, according to the report. And this is from Danielle Perez from Sports Illustrated. So the reason why we brought this up, mainstream sports guys have not said anything towards this thing. Only the Athletic, Sports Illustrated, and the New York Post sports section have said anything else. None of the shows in the morning have talked about it. And I'm speaking in my DW voice. That was a guy. We would be the hell up out of here. We'd be gone.
Oh, yeah.
So Dan, when I said it to you, what was your thoughts? And like I said, we had to really unfold this because we had to get out of here.
No, like you said about that article I started reading, I was like, good golly. I mean, like you said, if it was a dude, man, the craziest thing to me though is, I think somewhere in that article it says one of the schools that was investigating her dropped the investigation because their policy is if a person's not enrolled in the school, they don't follow up on the charges. So, one, probably the university didn't want to be, in the public eye for something like that, so they kind of brushed it off, under the rug, so to
Right.
speak. But yeah, like, it's rather troubling to read, like, I mean, I get, getting on your players, making them work hard, like, some of the stuff in there, like, the names.
I didn't get to read the whole stuff, but it was some really troubling stuff.
Yeah, it was shocking, and like you said, if it was a dude, he'd been gone.
They'd be going. Mike, Mills.
Now,
Remember, we're gonna revisit this next week.
Okay.
So you don't have to get your deep thought on.
okay, to keep it light,
Yeah.
there's some things you can say, and there's some things you absolutely should not say, unequivocally, especially in a workplace environment. And I know as a coach, it's your job to push your players, but certain things you should not say, and none of that had nothing pertaining to do with basketball. So yeah, she should be fired. Regardless, man, woman, child, she should still be fired because it's ridiculous, some of the stuff she was saying. And since we can get back to it, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Gotcha. DA, what you got, brother?
Real quick, the biggest point for me was this, a lot of other stuff was messed up, but as a parent of athletes, and my man Mike behind me will I think will ride with me on this, she went into some parent's house and told them, send your daughter to me, I'm gonna take care of her, I'm gonna make her a better person, a better woman, I'm gonna look out for her, blah, 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 blah. And folks, find the story, read the story, and then you tell me if that's what she did. I'm done. That's it.
Well, we'll unpack some of this more next week, next Thursday, man. But we have came to the end. We can't go online and extend like how we usually do online because we got to pay for this stuff, and it's time for us to almost get out of here. With that said, hey, party shots. This has been really good. This is the third time we've actually done this in live recording, and it's been really a great first time. Dan's been here to do that. We'll start with Dan. What you got for us, man? Party shots, brother.
Great shots, yeah, or great show. You know, thanks for having me in. This was.
You don't have to say thanks no more, Dan.
I know, no, but it's
Jesus Christ.
No, but it's you know, first time for me doing the live thing, which was really cool. Shout out to Mike with all the photographs. But go Pens. That's all I gotta say.
Go Pens.
We got you Sunday.
Okay, go Pens. Go Pens. Mike Mills, what you got?
Damn, you just zigzagging.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Shout out to everybody being here. Shout out to everybody tuned in. Shout out to our cameraman. You know he like them damn Cowboys.
Super Bowl champs.
Every
The
year.
90s, 30 years ago.
On
But
Xbox, Madden.
yeah. Shout out. And that's it.
Gotcha. DA, what you got, bro?
Hey, good to be here. Good to finally meet Dan in person. Mike, thank you for coming. Had a great show. My man D-Dub, E the mad one. Get better, feel better. And we'll catch up with y'all this week, Thursday. And peace.
Appreciate that. Once again, D-Dub, we missed you, bro. Thought I was gonna call him, but guess he got busy doing what he had to do in his vocation. And the angry one, get better, bro. I know you're probably watching. Get better.
Vocation. We using all the words
Yeah,
today.
man. Vocation, brevity, all the
Breath.
brevity.
Barath.
My breath. But shout out, thank you guys, man. This has been really great, man. Like I said, it's the third time we did a in live session recording, and this has been dope as always. So I appreciate y'all. This has been really good. Shout out to the damn cameraman, man, my man.
Camera shy.
What's your Instagram? Come over here, grab a mic real quick, and tell him in the mic, man. Look at his big ass.
That's that Cowboys microphone.
Yes, sir. Camera shy 757 on Instagram, or you can log on to www.camerashyva. That camera is spelled Kamerashy. That's Camera Shy.
Love you, cuz. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for
No
coming
problem.
through, man. This has been very, very good today, man. So appreciate Mike Brooks, Camera Shy, and I got nothing else, man. Nothing heavy, man. This has been great. So hey, we're gonna go out with our outro music because I got it lined up here. But on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L1, your host and moderator. Dan, the hockey guy. Dorian D.A. Albrighton, Mike Mills, James the Angry One, and Daryl D. Del Warren, and our camera guy, Mike, Camera Shop. And this is the Sports Chasers Podcast, man. Hey, y'all have a good week. Be good. Peace. Thank y'all. Hey, we still recording on YouTube, right? Yeah, hey. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up?
Keep that police ass camera up.
Whatever, look at him.
They county detective.
What's his Instagram again? I'm just a humble podcast.